All right, good afternoon. Here we are in the prefecture of Iwate in Japan, and through the trees there behind me is Mount Iwate-san, and we are going for a hike today. Little easy hike, easy for the kids, easy for the family. You can even bring a stroller most of the way, and at the end, a beautiful little waterfall called Nanataki. We're going to go ahead and walk up there, show you how easy it is to bring your kids up here. Very nice little hike. Beautiful day here in middle of spring, kind of before the rain started, but the cherries are out. Beautiful day, beautiful hike. Want to show you what you can expect if you come up here.
Now, before we get started with the hike, I want to show you where we are. This is a Google Earth image of the Nanataki Falls. You'll see that the picture up here is in the winter because this is a very popular, very famous site for viewing the falls in the winter. The falls all ice up, and so you have the ice waterfall. We didn't go in the winter, of course. This is in the spring, so it's a nice picture. We'll hit that one of these years in the winter. But if you look down here for a point of reference, you have Tokyo down here at the bottom of your map. And so if you go all the way up north past Sendai into Iwate, that's this prefecture right here. If you're familiar with the Tohoku region, you have Aomori and Misawa, Hachinoe up here. So it's in the prefecture just south of Aomori and Iwate. Okay, I'll zoom in here a little bit, show you where we are. Okay, here's Aomori. You can see from this view, there's Mount Iwate. That is to the south of the falls. And you're on this E4 freeway. Here's Morioka. That's the Iwate Prefecture capital of Iwate Prefecture. So you're fairly close. So you will see some other tourists, some other travelers, because it's fairly close to pretty much the biggest city in Iwate. But there's Mount Iwate. We'll zoom in a little bit closer here. If you looked at one of my other videos, here's the Yakahashiri lava flow over on the eastern flank of Mount Iwate. But now we are up here on the northern flank at the Nanataki Waterfall course. So zoom in here a little bit closer here. Okay. And there we have it. If you are looking for a point of reference, the Matsukawa Valley, Genbuwa, that's a gorge, a very scenic gorge, some beautiful river throughout here. The Matsukawa Gorge, as you see here. If you're into geology, you can see some very beautiful water cutting through the gorge here. It's some very interesting strata. There's a little prefectural citizens forest, basically just a protected forest. You can go and look around in here. So if you're trying to get find where this place is, you look at the north side of Mount Iwate and look for this Matsukawa Gorge, and then this little course down here, this road. You'll come up on this road, and here's the parking lot. Okay, you'll see that next in my video here. I'll shoot the next scene from the parking lot, and then right here is the actual course coming up to the waterfall itself, and then the waterfall is up here. You kind of see the faint outlines of these trails. Okay, so that's where we are. Okay, want to make sure that you can find the place, see where we're showing you where to go on this hike.
All right, first of all, we are here in the parking lot, and I showed you where this was on the map a few minutes ago, but this is the view. This is looking down from Mount Iwate behind us, and we're looking down into the valley towards Morioka and the valley floor out there. You can see some of the trees are blooming, the cherries. Beautiful, beautiful day here in mid-spring. Again, the rains are going to get started here in a bit, and it's going to get a little bit ookier for a month before hardcore summer hits. Okay. You can't really see it, but up in there's Mount Iwate right there, Iwate-san. We're up close and personal, so it's kind of hard to see it through the trees, but we're going to go up this trail here. It's about 2 kilometers. If you're walking with just you and your missus, maybe it'll take you half an hour to an hour. But if you have a bunch of kids, it took us 2 hours one way. Very easy path. Okay, I've got a 2-year-old in diapers, and he was able to walk the whole way. My infant, of course, had to be carried, and so it takes a little longer there. There is no English here, okay? And some of the signs, this is an old path, old little park here, so some of the signs are hard to read. There's a map over in here, and then some very hard to read kanji. A little bit newer stuff right down here. Okay, so your Google Translate on your phone, if you use the camera option, if you don't read Japanese, that work gets you close enough, but it's the basic cautions and be carefuls. This is bear country. This is nothing like Alaska bear country, but they do have Asiatic black bears, so wear a little bell, go ahead and talk loud. You don't need to bring bear spray or anything unless you're really paranoid, but there are bears out here, and they you'll see one of the signs here, this sign right here, actually talks about some bear safety. So make noise, stay clear of them. If you see cubs, back away, don't run. Okay, all the stuff that you might have seen in my earlier videos with Alaska would apply here. But they are generally not super aggressive unless it's the spring here when their cubs out. Okay, here's the map of the area. There's a whole bunch of hiking routes throughout this whole area, and this shows all of them. Just to show you where we are up here at the top of this blue. This is where we're standing right here. Okay, and this is looking north. Okay, so north is up there, and so we're looking down south on Mount Iwate, which is this whole region in here. And we're heading, and we're not going this whole way. Like I said, I got my whole family with me. So we're just going, 2 kilometers up to Nanataki Falls. And we'll go ahead and show that here in a second. The other thing is, because this is bear country and it gets pretty cold at night, even here in April. This is heavy snow country in the winter. So if you come up here, go ahead and grab a registration sheet and a pencil. You'll need to use your Google Translate to figure out where to put your name and contact information, but if you don't have that, it's just a standard registration. Put your name, put your phone number, put a emergency contact on there. If you can't read all the little boxes of what to write where, just put it on there, and then you're going to go ahead and put it right here in this little mailbox here. And that's just so that they can come up, and if something happens to you up there, you get lost or what have you, they have a starting point of how to find you and where to go from there. Again, this is a nice little hike. There are lots, as you can see from the trail, there's lots and lots of trails up here. A lot of these aren't on the internet, kind of hard to find, so hopefully this there's some value in this for you. This is a beautiful, beautiful trail system. You can go super hardcore. Like I said, we're going about 2 kilometers today, which is going to be, this is the Nanataki course, and the waterfall that we're going to is only right about here, right? Only about 2 kilometers in. And you can go all the way up, and this is into the hardcore alpine Mount Iwate area. There's all these other courses and trails up here, so you can spend a whole summer walking these courses. But anyway, there's a couple different options here. You can go off, there's a trail that heads off there, and we are taking this trail. We're going to head up right up here. I'll show you along the way, but you can take a stroller up here most of the way we're going. The last little bit, probably last half a kilometer, the stroller would probably be a bit much. But like I said, my 2-year-old in diapers walked there and back the whole way, and he's tired. He's going to take a good nap, but he made it. So let's go ahead and get started.
So I went ahead and cut the actual audio from the hike out because it's just, kids talking, the wife's talking, everything like that. So I'll go ahead and narrate some of this through. And again, this was in about the middle of, actually the end of April. This was during Golden Week. That's Japan's kind of a spring break for businesses and schools, and people go, they go on hikes, they go back and visit family. Just kind of a very nice time. And even though this is Golden Week and you'd expect more people, you'll see a few people on the trail as we move along here, but not too many. I think there's like 3 or 4, and so it was actually not too bad. Now, as you watch my kids, the little guy there in the striped brown shirt there, in between the 2 boys with the red shirts, he's in diapers, okay, and he made this hike just fine. And as you see us looking around here, that trail that we're on, we don't have our stroller with us, but if you had a stroller, it'd be perfectly fine. It's wide enough. I definitely go with a bigger wheel stroller, a little bitty umbrella stroller or something with real small wheels or something might have just kind of a rough ground. But a regular stroller, one with a little bit bigger wheels, will have no problem. I'm actually carrying my 2-year-old, 18-month-old, on my chest as I'm walking along videotaping this. So this is a very easy route. And it stays like that until the very, very end. And at the very, very end, there is it kind of goes in, the trail gets so that a stroller wouldn't be able to handle it. But again, my 2-year-old in diapers and that little guy there, they're walking along and they're doing just fine. And this first bit is primarily, this forest that you see here, fairly young deciduous forest. As you see here, very picturesque. We did not see any bears, but definitely be bear aware. But the Asiatic black bears are not super large and they're not super aggressive. In the spring, their cubs are out and they're coming out of hibernation, so they might be a little bit growly. But respect them, back away. Give them a wide berth if you see them, but there's nothing to be panicky about. Now, it's hard to tell on the trail there as you're looking there. There isn't any concrete there. There is, it's just a regular trail, packed dirt. So here we are coming up on the first kind of intersection. Okay, the first leg is over. We're maybe a half a kilometer up, and we're coming up on the first crossing. So there's another trail that crosses right in front of here, and you're just going to go straight across. Okay, so over to your left there, you're going to see a little restroom stop. We didn't actually stop and use it, but if you have to use the restroom, there's a little outhouse there. And then there's this little access road. It's part of another trail, so you can see that there's cars that's driven on it. There's a little picnic table up there, pretty old, doesn't look like it will stand too much abuse before it finishes falling apart. I would encourage you see these signs. If you know your hiragana, katakana, you'll see the hiragana for 7 Nanataki. It is 7 waterfalls, so make sure you know the hiragana for 7, because that's where you're going. Okay, the second kanji there is the kanji for waterfall, and so you're just going to go straight across this road. Keep following the signs and you'll be just fine. Next section, you have a choice. The trail will split. You can go right through the forest or left through the mountain. We went left. A little bit rougher. Stroller would have a hard time, but you still get there in the end. Now here is where the end of your easier trail is. Okay, we took the mountain side of the trail, and here to your right you see kind of an access road where you're joining. Well, that access road was actually part of the forest trail back at the split in the previous clip. So if you take the forest trail, you'll join up with this road and you'll walk up here, and then the mountain trail rejoins. Okay, and this is a little access road. You can't walk up it. And it'll come around the corner here, and there's actually some beautiful, beautiful cherry trees here on the left. I'll show you here in a second as we go through. It looks like a little, there's a little building up here on the left. We didn't go over there, but there's a little meltwater creek with some big boulders down. Very picturesque. Might have even been an old homestead or something, old Japanese farm that they it's kind of been reclaimed by the forest, and now it's just a very picturesque little enclave here before you pop up into the next part of the trip. Now again, this is the end of the stroller. Okay, you can see you can keep going up the access road here, and but you can't go very much further. But if you go up the left side, up those stairs that's cutting into the bank there, that's probably the best route. If you did bring a stroller this far, you'll want to leave it here at your own risk, of course. It's Japan, so the risk is small, but that is at your own risk. And they've just got these little steps carved into the dirt. But you're not going to be bringing a stroller this way. Now, you have about a half kilometer to go, 500 meters. So if you did bring a stroller and now you have to carry the little one, then you will have to carry them for about 500 meters to the waterfall. It's still a very easy hike. Okay, you're walking along here. Again, you can see the almost 3-year-old up there in diapers. He's chugging along. He's a trooper. Big sister is guiding him along, but he made it the whole way, so I'm sure you can. But again, any big strollers or any assistive devices that you've brought along, you're probably gonna have to leave at this point. This is where it becomes little more strenuous. Again, it's super easy. This is a pack of kids that I'm going here. Here's the sign that tells you got half a kilometer left to go, and it goes about 50 meters through this little cut bank, and it'll pop back up into the forest. So it's just kind of getting you through that. Okay, it's still very easy. This is not it's a cut bank, but it's not a muddy trail or anything like that. Just very easy going. And little thing 5 there, super proud of him. He made it the whole day. And here's thing 6. She did not make it the whole day. The steady rhythm of walking with Papa during a hike put her out, and I actually carried her asleep for the rest of this hike until we got to the waterfall here. But then, yeah, like I said, little 50 yards in the cut bank, and they'll pop up back up here on the trail. So pretty easy day. Okay. The forest will get a little bit older here, and we'll move into a better part of the trail, more interesting, and it'll proceed on to the waterfall. And here we are arriving at Nanataki Waterfall. It is absolutely beautiful, very easy hike. There's a section of forest back there that I turned off the camera just because there's a few more people walking along. Don't like videoing people if I don't have to. Just don't want to make people uncomfortable. But we have arrived, and we are going to walk up on it here. And there's this little observation. It's not really a platform. It's nothing built into it. It's just where the trail kind of ends at. But you can see Nanataki back there, peeking out in between the trees as we walk up. As you saw previously, I'm carrying my little thing 6 there, and she's asleep as we're walking up. But it's a very beautiful spot. Got some old trees there, some places to sit down, have a little picnic. You see there on the left at the base of that tree, there's a tiny little shrine there. You can throw in a couple coins and wish for good luck. I believe I said earlier this is a very popular place for coming here in the winter because this whole waterfall freezes up and you get an ice waterfall. Okay. Now there isn't any safety gear here. There isn't a rail. There isn't anything. That drop off goes straight down. Okay, so it gets a little louder here. We got the waterfall noise, but keep an eye on your kids because that kind of goes straight down. They probably wouldn't kill them or anything. There's some brush to stop the fall, but here it is, Nanataki Waterfall, about 2 kilometers up, right here on the bank of this little mini gorge here. Just beautiful day and a beautiful hike. Absolutely loved it. Now, the noise from the waterfall is pretty loud here, but there is a little path that you can walk down to the river at the base of the falls itself, and that's what I'm doing here. There's this little rope, a little bit old rope, so I wouldn't put all my faith into it, but the path is pretty stable. Okay, it's got these metal pipes sticking up, so if you fall forward, protect your face. You don't want one of those ripping through the side of your face. But again, I'm being overly dramatic. This is a fairly easy little path to walk down to the river. I actually didn't bring any of my kids with me for taking this recording, but some of the older kids went down after me and enjoyed it down here. So if you come down to the base of the path here, there's a little spot that is overlooking the river, and you see people there at the very bottom. They're having a little picnic lunch there. One of the things I did notice, you notice how red that the river is. There's a lot of mineralization, right? This is geothermal area. This river itself is not geothermal. It's geothermally active. It's not warm. It's cold water. But there's a lot of mineralization in the water here, so it's kind of interesting. Some very interesting rocks that we found at some other locations. So if you're a rock hound, this is a good place to go. Be respectful of what you keep to take home, and don't take something that looks like it should stay where it is. The water noise gets pretty loud here, but here I'm at the base of Nanataki Falls, and I wanted to get up close, but you can't go straight like that. There's a bank there right in front of me that you'd have a hard time getting down, so I tried to sneak up to the left here, but the ground gets really, really wet here in a second, and I was kind of stymied in my approach. If you come dressed to get fully muddy and dirty, you certainly can get over there. There's nothing that would stop you. But this was just a day hike for us. I didn't bring changes of boots and clothes and all the accoutrements of a hard pack in, hard pack out. So the ground started getting soft, so I stopped here and just took the shot. So this is Nanataki Falls. You see the mud there at the side there. It gets kind of squishy. At no point did I feel unsafe. Okay, just didn't want to get my feet wet. So you certainly can slog your way back up in there. Right about here, I started getting a little bit of spray. Now my camera is in a waterproof case, so I wasn't worried about that. But if your phone or camera is not in a waterproof case and you're worried about water spray, right about here is about as close as you'd want to get. But here you are, and beautiful, beautiful view, beautiful hike on a very beautiful day. I hope you get a chance to come up here and take a look at it. Bring your family, bring the little ones. Yeah, it'll take you a little longer to get up here, but you saw my little guy there. He was a trooper, came all the way up. I'm sure yours can make it up here too, that absolutely loved the trip. He slept so well on the way back home. But bring your family. This is definitely a check in the box. If you want feeling adventurous, you can come up here during the winter and see the ice waterfall. That's going to be a little bit more hardcore. I probably wouldn't bring a 2-year-old up for that. You'll be wearing snowshoes or some form of cross-country ski to guide up in here. Probably snowshoes, but for a spring or summer trip, beautiful. And you're up high, so it's a lot cooler. So if you're watching this in the height of summer, this is a great place to cool off. Thank you much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.